Greetings, everyone. How's everybody doing today? Gabrielle. Good morning. Good morning. Peace and blessings, everyone. All right, you all. We have been through some profound energy shifts that are happening on the planet now. Hey, Mel. How you doing? It's good to see you. We are currently in Scorpio season. Good morning, Tracy. Hey, Selena. Gabrielle. Come on in here with me. Come on. Come on. Come on. Um, yeah, so we are currently in some really profound transits happening astrologically. Gabrielle's going to come in. We are, let's see, accept. Accept. Hmm. Oh, great.
There we
Hi.
go. Hey,
How you doing?
happy Thursday. I am doing wonderful. How are you, Moon Mama?
Oh, thank you. You know what? I'm moving through. The energy is, I'm so sensitive. Like my sensitivities are getting stronger. Like my intuition is getting stronger. I'm starting to be able to hold more light in my light bodies. And it feels slightly threatening to my old self, right? Like yeah, it's a very different energy. And so I'm just with it. I'm with it. And so, um, and it's meant to be threatening to my old way of being. It's like, you're, it, yeah, so it's meant to be threatening. So we are in Scorpio season. You know what I mean? Scorpio season is where the shadows dwell. And so it
Yep,
takes a strategy to move through Scorpio season.
it does. It does. It does. Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
how are
uh,
you?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I was thinking about, for so many years I thought Scorpio was my first house, but it's actually my seventh house.
Yeah.
Because instead of being born at AM, I was born at PM, and so I'm kind of like, oh well, where is the shadow around relationships for me? And there's a lot of inner child stuff coming up. You know,
Mhm.
the past year has been really beautiful. I've created from my raw desires, my deep vulnerability. I've been able to really create what I want, and now it's getting deeper. The vulnerabilities and what I desire underneath all of that is deepening, and I'm getting to know myself more. You
Yes.
know, and so just a vulnerability to share is, my husband and we have been poly for years separately, but now together. I realized the other day, Monique, that I was like, well, I never really had a dad to myself, and I kind of want you to myself for a little while. Like
Mhm.
that's something I didn't know that about myself.
Mhm.
You know,
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
did not know that that was some of the reason why I'm like, I'm not really ready to explore. I want to enjoy this. I have a healthy masculine man in my life. This is, it's been a long term time of really becoming the feminine essence to create that in my life.
Right.
And I am just enjoying it. And I realized,
Mm.
oh, my inner child, she's like, I never really had that. I want to enjoy it. I don't want to rush, you
Mhm.
know? So
Mhm.
this is something new I'm learning about myself. And it's a very Scorpio seventh house to me. You
Yes.
know,
Possessive.
not only possessive, but Scorpio is also shared
Yes.
resources.
Yes. Yes.
And
Yes. Yes. It
my
is.
husband,
That's right.
my husband is very intertwined in catering to the feminine itself. So he is intertwined in a lot of different relationships with the feminine anyway.
Mhm.
I'm just noticing me,
Yeah.
like, oh, okay, I see the root of that desire to be very settled and enjoy this moment and
Mhm.
create our power vortex. Like it's been really beautiful.
Mm. That's really powerful. That's such an interesting thing because we're here today to talk about the next moon cycle that starts. Today is the second. It starts on the
Yes.
4th. So the next, and we're going to have a new moon in Scorpio. The powerful thing about this new moon in Scorpio is that we have had eclipses in Scorpio for the last 18 months.
Right.
So this is our first season going back to Scorpio without the South Node being there.
Yeah.
So, like, you are having a new awareness as the South Node moved through, and you see what happened in the last 18 months of your reality, right? How all that old stuff came undone. And I see it in my life, like the ways that I was sharing power that wasn't really aligned with me. You know, in my own way, I've realized that the ways that I was sharing power sexually, it just wasn't it wasn't who I'm becoming. It was with an old way of being. And so I've had to let go of those ways of relating, those ways of thinking, those ways of being. And now we're about to have a new moon in Scorpio, so we get an opportunity to begin to recode ourselves. Where, I love that scripture where it says, Jesus said, there are many mansions in my Father's house, and I shall go and prepare one for you. Well, Jesus is the sun, the light. And so now the light is in Scorpio. So this mansion is being prepared for us so that we can embody a new frequency around the zodiac of Scorpio, which rules your legacy, your lineage, your power, shared power, sex, alchemy, the occult, right? So we have to create new codes for that. And so what Gabrielle and I do each month is I'm gonna let you share it because I like to hear you say what we do.
Oh my God. I like to hear you say it, but
okay. Okay.
Yeah, but we work together. This system is so beautiful. I've considered it a success system because it's a rhythm, it's a pattern, it's a frequency connected to nature itself.
Yeah.
It's really our system as the feminine.
Yes.
We're working with the lunar energetic and understanding the phases of creation.
Mm-hmm.
So nothing in the world is stagnant anyway, but we really get to understand and embody how a lunar cycle has a different rhythm. Every couple of days we move into a new energy.
Yeah.
We're coming very clear. I think, are we going to do our gathering at the beginning where we bring people together? Our planning session?
We are going to do our planning session. Yeah.
Okay. So, we become very clear about what we want, and we take that knowing through a rhythm of 8 different phases.
Yes.
And we energize what we want. So, whether it's an internal thing, you're working on yourself, you're healing something, you're enhancing a part of your ego or your talents, or, you want to create something material in your world. This system allows you to understand the cycle of creation, the way the great mothers intended it to be.
That's right.
So it's not just all peaches and roses. Oh, I'm going to do this. This isn't the law of attraction.
No.
But there are aspects of law of attraction in there.
Yeah, that's right.
And so we really get to commune with our lunar energetics and create and do it in a way that's conscious. Yes. Do it because life is creating. The flowers are growing outside. Things are always flourishing, and our entire universe is systematic. We know that there's winter, there's spring, summer, fall. Everything has a system. And so with this, we become aligned and intertwined with nature, working with her.
That's right. So thank you for that. That's so powerful. I love your genius. I love how you can command this language. And what's important as women is to understand how important it is for us to speak symbolism, because that's what the moon work is about. It's about the symbolism. And as we put the new moon in Scorpio, we have the opportunity, because Scorpio rules the sex organs.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things that I noticed in the last 18 months while the nodes were in Scorpio, I was really healing the patterns that I inherited from my family around sex. So healing patterns of shame, healing patterns of feeling like I don't own my body, healing patterns of not being able to connect to my body, healing patterns of not trusting myself, healing patterns of not believing that I could heal myself. Like those patterns, and then working with the shadow and understanding that these patterns come from my mother and her mother and her mother and her mother, right? So those things, the epigenetics live inside of us. And when we want to do the work to heal it at a deep level, it has to be systemic. You cannot just come in. I was talking the other day with people saying, do you want to heal? Do you have connections to sex partners where the energies, like I know for me, many of my sexual relationships were born out of scarcity, like me not feeling like I was enough and clinging to somebody and hoping they would be able to save me. And then that created a negative pattern where my energy was vampiric and I would attract somebody who was vampiric, right? It's not like I'm intending to be vampiric, but that belief system that says, I'm not enough of my own and I need this, that is a vampiric energy, right? Yeah. And so I had to do the work to heal that so that I could now move myself forward from a space of confidence, from a space of empowerment, from a space of magic. And so what we're inviting you guys into is a community of women who know that they are magical, who know that they have power and that they can use the power of the cycles of the moon to heal, to change their minds, to change their bodies. One of our clients, one of our students was on the other day, and she was saying, she's healing her eyes, and she went to the doctor, and they were like, your eyesight is 5.5% better in this eye, and 0.1% better in this eye. Why? Because the eyes are ruled by Aquarius, and so the eye sockets are ruled by Aquarius, and when you understand that and you do the rituals on that energy, then you can heal your body. But this is a technology that we are waking up into again, because this technology has been lost. So this month, the name of our month is Rebirthing a New Mindset.
Yes.
You want to talk about the mind and how important it is?
Yeah, absolutely. It's so interesting, the world. Like my daughter right now, she goes through school through VR. She puts this VR set on, and at first she was like, oh my God, my stomach is churning, because through her eyes she's having an experience and she feels like she's in the experience, not in her bedroom or in the living room doing her course. So we live in this technological time where our minds are being flushed with so much information, and we're naturally who we are. Some of us are more analytical than others, where we're taking the information, we're breaking it down. Some of us are just watching and going, but our minds, we're in the season, we're moving into the season of the highest receptivity. Devotee, Scorpio is highly receptive.
Yes.
Highly receptive. What that means is the ability to receive and hold. Okay. So we're moving into that season of the year, and we must take authority of what we're receiving, because what we incubate in our mind,
that's right,
we will be creating in our experiences. Okay. So during this time of the year, I kind of come off social media, or I'm just a giver on social media. I don't want to really receive, because I laugh, because when I get like this, people are like, oh, she's cutting us off. She's cutting us off. It's like, no, I am the authority of my receptivity.
Yes.
I choose who enters me. I choose what enters me. I am choosing what I'm taking in, because the way that the creatrix and creator of the universe made me is to multiply everything I receive.
Come on now.
So, especially for my women and even men, definitely highly creative men, you want to be thoughtful of what you are taking into your psyche and your mind and what you're reading. That's because right. This is a highly creative time of incubation.
Yes.
And you're going to be creating your life. You know, when we get clients that follow the sun, they're like, look, I'm trying to attract a man. I'm trying to do that. But I'm like, but you listen to Summer Walker talking about men treating you like shit all day.
That's right.
You have to be the authority. You know, me and Monique are both super gurus of the body. Yeah. We don't play about that body. Okay.
That's
we are
right.
very, very particular about what we're consuming, what we're taking in. The mind is the same.
That's
so for this moon cycle, we are rebirthing the way we consume cerebrally. Okay.
That's right. That's right. That's so powerful.
You know, align with the things that you want to create in your life. This is what it means to have a goddess mindset, to rebirth your mindset. Okay, I don't want this. I don't want that. You know what? I've been listening to people living in poverty. I don't want that. Okay, let me feed myself. What do I need to align with and feed myself to create what it is I say I want for my life, myself, my enjoyment? So this is what's up. That's what we're up to, Monique.
And it is the thing that I love so much is how you said, oh, this is so powerful. When women understand that we are the authority, we are the authority. And it's, y'all got to get it, y'all. Like, we decide who we lay down with. We decide whose bloodlines go forward and whose bloodlines do not. Do you understand how much power that is? When we lay down with a man and have a child with them, we are giving their bloodline more time in this earth realm.
Yeah.
So we have a lot of power. We have a lot of authority, but we have to really understand that we are creating the reality. And one of the conversations that I have this conversation with all of my friends, but especially the people that I deal with on a daily basis, or I'm with it, like, so Gabrielle and Adina, is understanding that we are creating our reality. Because what we take in is getting to the point that I don't even eat out anymore, hardly, because I don't know who's preparing that food. I don't know if the person that's preparing that food is filled with grief or sadness or dealing with a health challenge, because if they are, then that is coming into my food. I shop exclusively at farmers markets almost, because that way I can talk to the farmer and know how they grow the foods, what are they putting in it, because that gives me more authority over what I'm taking into my body. So this power of being a woman and having authority is a real understanding that most of us, we're literally leaving our power on the table because we don't understand how much power it is to be able to decide which bloodlines live and which bloodlines don't.
Yep. And it's really, you know, that's a conversation, and we hear it in social media. There is no inferiority or superiority when it comes to the masculine and the feminine, or masculine body person or feminine body person, because women birth the man. You know what I mean? Like, there's a interdependence there.
Yes, that's,
you know what I mean?
Right.
And so with this, we are working together.
Yes.
And when the feminine is so sure of what she is creating, she gets to experience that with men.
Yes.
With the masculine itself, with the external.
They will mirror they will mirror you. Like, they cannot. If you are attracting men who are not mirroring you, it's because you're not fully aware of your internal world. Like, you know, so for me, like, I was a time when I was in relationships with men who weren't fully committed to themselves and their work, and they were more interested in the lower realms, sex, which is fine, but I had to get clear, like, oh, that's me. I was the person who was really interested in sex and interested in those, in the physical experience. So I would attract men who were that way because it was me. The women, we are the magnets. We attract it to us. So once I wanted to change it, I had to take responsibility for that. I had to go, oh, this is me. He's not doing anything. He's just reflecting to me who I am to myself.
Exactly. Yep. And men experience the same thing. When there's challenges with a woman in your life, sir, where is she reflecting you? You know? And so these principles lie within both embodiments.
That's right.
You know?
That's right.
And so everyone has a chance to really rebirth that new mindset.
Yeah.
Now, we really focus on our sisterhood, our women, because all over the world, women have been told who they should be.
Yes.
And have been flipped on her head of her natural flow and energetics and the way her power runs.
Yes.
So we're here to remind you, you have so much authority of your experience.
Yes. That's right.
You have so much authority. So,
and you just have to learn how to use it.
Yeah, we got to slow down.
That's right.
I felt volatile yesterday. It was a volatile energy yesterday. I was like, woo, let me slow down. Let me slow my energy down. What does that look like? For me, that looks like me putting on some good music that I want to create. So words that are in the creation flow of where I'm going, you know, I did a bunch of laundry. That personally settles me. My moon is in the 6th house. So task, getting wrapped up in task really helps settle my energy. But these are, once again, occultic information or esoteric information that supports me. I use that information to support me. And regulating my system, regulating my day, and being the authority of my life.
Yes. That's right. Not allowing somebody else to be the authority. No. And it's, you know, we have had Jesus be the authority. We have ministers be the authority. We have husbands be the authority. We have elected officials be the authority. We have teachers, doctors be the authority. Gabrielle and I heal ourselves. We don't go and if we do go to a doctor, it's somebody who has a homeopathic perspective.
Right.
You know? And so one of the things that I have learned, having authority of my body, is really learning how to communicate with my body. And that's a part of what we teach in the 13 Moons work and in Follow the Sun community. How do we actually relate to our bodies and begin to understand the language of our body? Because your body is constantly communicating with you and giving you information. And the environment is also constantly communicating with you and giving you information. And it's just, it's the most powerful thing to watch women wake up into their magic, to hear women say, you know, my children are now doing great because I'm holding them in this way. My body is changing. My spouse is now starting to get it because I'm seeing him from a new perspective. You know, my reality is starting to bend and mutate into what I desire for it to be because I am no longer determining who I am based upon some external thing. I'm determining who I am from my own authority, and then the external world collapses itself into how I project myself. And the work is rigorous, but it is valuable, and we invite you all to come and participate with us. The class starts the day after tomorrow. You have to join 13 Moons. You have to join Mighty Networks. There are 4 live rituals in the group. We are there on a daily basis, directing, talking, sharing our experiences, encouraging, having community. And the investment for the month is $111. And every month is unique and different. This month we just came through the eclipse season. So everything is cleaned up. We're all right. So we have a blank page to be able to begin to architect a new reality. And so I just invite you guys to join us. Gabrielle, anything else you want to say before we head off?
I do want to share this authority piece is that, you know, one of the major keys to being the authority in your life is to know when to share that authority. And that's making a great selection of someone who is authoritative in a certain area, you know? And so, like you said, there are certain doctors you go to. You will go to this doctor and share authority with him
Yes.
of your experience. When we choose masculine partners or whatever partners, we're choosing to share authority. Can you get the baby phone? We're choosing to share authority.
Yeah.
And so when you sign up at 13 Moons, you are choosing to share authority of, you know, you are the authority of creating your life. But you are coming to say these women have a certain authority when it comes to yielding their energetics, understanding their power, being accountable to self, understanding the laws that govern creation in the universe. That's what you're doing. You're collaborating in authority because we are here to make more leaders.
That's right.
That's it.
Right. That's right. That's right. We are here to make more leaders. And it is, and women who want to lead from the inside out.
Yes.
The leadership is from the inside out, and that means trusting yourself, being confident in your connection to spirit, you know, knowing that you are creating, you are always creating, you're never not creating. And you know what it means to be made in the image and likeness of God means to be a creator. It's as simple as that. People get so offended, you know, when you say I'm God, but you are God because you are creating your reality and nobody else is creating it for you. It is just you. Or if you're not consciously creating it, then you are creating by default.
Exactly. And that's the thing. Creation is always happening. The buds, the trees are always growing. The water is always birthing new entities. You know, I read something the other day, like, have y'all ever wondered where do these spontaneous bugs come from? Like,
you mean like the viruses and stuff like that?
Bugs, but like bed bugs.
Yes. Where do they come from?
You wonder how does a bed bug exist? Well, once all your cellular tissue and sweat and dust and energy and fascia sits for so long, it births a bug.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it just bursts itself. So things are always manifesting and creating, but do you want to be the authority of where you're going?
Yes.
That is really what I'm saying. I know that was a weird analogy, but it freaked me out all these years. I was wondering, like, how do fruit flies just emerge from an apple?
Yes.
It's because the apple is energy.
Yes.
And when it starts to decompose, that energy starts to manifest something new. And that is what we're saying. You got lemons in life, what they say, go make that lemonade. We're going to show you how to do that.
That's right. That's right. And what I know is that this way is so successful because we have clients whose lives have changed so much.
Completely.
It's so, like, it is so, I love myself, whose lives have changed so much. And it's almost like being a doula, but not helping people have babies, being a doula to like people giving birth to themselves.
Yes. We absolutely are life doulas.
And
absolutely.
I just love it. There is nothing more interesting because when women wake up to their power, their lives change and the people's lives around them change because women have the dominant subconscious power. And the subconscious power is the full-on power. It's the energy behind the physical world reality. The physical world reality is 10%, y'all. And many of us are focused on the physical world because we think it's all there is, or it's safe, or, you know, we can see it with our eyes. But what's really right, because you can touch it. But the real world reality is 90% of subconscious. You can't see it.
You can't see it.
It's inside.
Yesterday, I was in such a sad energy. I have learned my sadness is probably the most powerful energy that I see what manifests from my sadness. I was so sad yesterday because of just something. And my husband was out doing stuff. He called me. He was like, oh, babe, you won't believe that happened. The exact thing I was wanting to move towards, but I did not think we had access to it. It showed up.
Yes. Yes.
That is creating from inside yourself. I have normalized my sadness. Yes. I have normalized every emotion and way of self that I show up. I don't suppress my sadness anymore, and I used to. And I used to
Yes.
create chaos,
Yes.
y'all.
Yes.
And
That's right.
so we are open arms for the entire spectrum of femininity
Yes.
and
That's right.
masculinity.
That's right.
We are
Because
working together.
yes, because the moon work is the feminine and the masculine, and it's so important that we understand that
Exactly.
we are feminine. The internal is feminine, the external is masculine, y'all.
Yes.
So everybody has feminine and masculine. Every human being does. And if you are leaving some aspect behind, then you're leaving your energy on the table. And so you have to learn to work with both. And we teach that in the 13 moons work. We do the feminine work and the masculine work together in one full moon cycle. And it's a beautiful, beautiful process. So thank you, Gabrielle, for joining me today. I love how
Yes.
much your hair is growing out.
I love it. Every time I'm like, oh, it's too big, I don't know what to do with it. I'm like, oh my God, it's so cute.
It's so cute. It is.
Thank you, Monique. Thank
I
you.
love it.
That is our invitation. I want you guys to come understand this art and science
Yes.
of just being you.
That's right.
Normalizing who you are. Relearning yourself, reinventing yourself, whatever that looks like. You know, we work with our clients privately with this journey, or you can work in a group setting. It is a group setting when you sign up at Follow the Sun, but we do have one-on-one offers if you need to be consulted, you need to share, you need some deeper therapy.
Yes.
Okay.
That's right. And I feel like we are the modern therapists, because therapy in this world, when I went to school to study marriage and family therapy and I was working with clients, I was like, something is missing. Like, I can't really get it right. And then I started really praying about it, and astrology fell in my lap, and I was like, this is the missing key, because it's the energy code. The astrology is the energy code, or the cardology is the energy code. And so we invite you guys to come and be with us. So with that, you can register in my link tree. You can probably register in Gabrielle's link tree, or you can send us a private message and we'll send you the links. And we look forward to seeing you. So peace and blessings, everyone. Have a beautiful Jupiter day.
Happy Jupiter Day. Love you. Bye.